What's up, everyone? Good evening. I hope everybody is well. This video is late as all hell. It's not Saturday. It's not even Sunday. It's not even Monday. It's going to be Tuesday afternoon when this goes up. I'm actually recording this on Monday night. Had a lot of stuff going on, personal life stuff dealing with, and then I had stuff that I'm dealing with for this channel and the stuff that I want to do for it. So that caused me to go super radio silent and feel the need to actually start working on this more. I apologize for that. I should have said something. I should have like at least provided a slight update, but I didn't. I just went radio silent because I was so focused on it, and this has been killing me, and it's something that I really want to do. So I apologize. I apologize. Super apologize for this. Please forgive me. I promise I'll try to keep these to the minimum. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen again because it probably will, but I'll at least in the future be able to say, hey, this is going on. I'll try to be more communicative of it. This was just something that happened, just came up, and it's just something that's been eating at me that I had to work on. So apologies for that. But with that being said, look at it this way. You're getting the poll of suggestions for Tuesday. So if you skipped anything last week, get the poll of suggestions for Tuesday. Wednesday's new comics come out. You make one trip to the shop. You can pick up Wednesday's comics and you can pick up the comics I'm suggesting for you. Hey, it works out. Or at least I think so anyway. But with that being said, let's jump into it. Let's jump into some of these awesome books this week. And it has really been a good week for comics. It's been a really weird week. You probably can hear my roommate out there. He's playing a game as well. Sorry about that. Marvel, let's start with Marvel. Marvel is still in the midst of Civil War 2. They haven't even really wrapped that one up, and they're already getting their next semi-major event. I don't know if people are going to consider this one of their major event. Another event underway. If you've been paying attention to the Marvel universe, you know the mutants and the Inhumans are kind of at each other's throats. And if you've been paying attention to any of the hype machines coming from Marvel, you know they want to have this in the forefront for you so they can sell more books. So while I've been skipping over doing any reviews of Civil War 2 because there are too many freaking tie-ins, I feel a little more confident about going into Inhumans versus X-Men, which, let's go ahead and get it out there, is the first book I'm going to talk to you guys about. Because for the simple reason, I feel like it's a very isolated brand. It's a very isolated thing where it's only infecting the human titles and the mutant titles. And there's not really a lot of them, and there's not a lot of them that are actually going to be affected in this storyline. Whereas Civil War is everybody has a book or a card in it or a hand in it or something, and you just can't keep up with everything that's going on. This one is a lot more isolated. This one's easy to get into. Um, if you know what's been going on, the Inhumans are coming back to the forefront in a major way. They had an incident. Terrigen Mists have been released around the world. They are bringing about the change for millions upon millions of Inhumans in the world. But at the same time, it's killing off mutant kind. So the X-Men are a little pissed off about that because they're basically at an extinction point. They're dying because of something the Inhumans did, which the Inhumans really didn't mean to, but they're not doing anything that mutants feel to truly fix it. They've had a truce, and it's now at a breaking point. Beast delivers some bad news. It's do or die time, and the X-Men choose to do or die. Um, I actually enjoyed this one. I thought this was really good. This was really interesting because if you have been paying attention to Marvel stuff, they have some major stuff, some resurrection stuff. The resurrection of mutants, the resurrection of the Inhuman line, the changes and everything that's going on. So there's going to be some big titles, all of it spinning out of what's happening right y'all. So I can't wait to see what's happening with this one because you got everyone squaring off. If you remember Avengers versus X-Men, you got people squaring off. There's a giant plan. Emma, Emma Frost is heading this. She has everything down to the T figured out until she doesn't, and I can't wait to see how this all falls apart and where the fights really happen. This is really good stuff. Really good stuff for the characters, for the X-Men, bringing them back in the forefront. Marvel's mutants are actually getting some play, getting something where it's not just them struggling. They are on the offensive, not only against the Inhumans, but they're on the offensive to get themselves back into media's eye. I think it's a really good book, so definitely check this out if you're interested. Um, I'm off and on with this series. Like I'm off and on with this entire cast. The Transformers. I read some of the books. I don't read some of the books. I go back to them because something happens and it's really interesting, and then I drop them because it gets really boring. It's like a back and forth thing. Um, One series that I thought was really amazing, that was always funny and just completely blew me away, that I really wish I'd have got into, was Transformers More Than Meets the Eye, where it took Rodimus and it had him out there searching for an ancient Cybertronian legacy called the Lost Knights. And it had ragtag men. It had former Decepticons, former Autobots, all of them living on a ship, determined to bring back, some sort of hope to Cybertron. Had Megatron as part of the crew. That tells you how good it was. But that series ended with Revolution, and now they're back with a new series, Transformers Lost Light. If you've been paying attention to the end of More Than Meets the Eye, you realize the Lost Light was the ship that they were on. It got stolen. They got left for dead. Now they're trying to pick up the pieces and they're trying to get back out there. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Only issue is they really don't have another ship or a way to get around or a way to get home. Now they're all trying to figure that out. Rodimus is determined to get his crew, get his family back together, and continue on the journey, and also get revenge for that person who decided it was a good idea to screw with him. He's got a new paint job. We got some new cast of characters. Um, it's actually really funny. I think More Than Meets the Eye was a really comedic series. And even though it had some like serious points in it, it was just like a pure funny series. And I don't think it's going to change anything with Lost Light. I think Lost Light is a perfect addition if you want to see the Transformers in a less hostile book like Transformers Optimus Prime or the regular Transformers line where it's all about fighting all the time. If you want your robots with personality, if you want your robots with comedy, read Lost Light because that's what this one is. So this one's definitely getting added to my pull list permanently. Now my favorite book this week is a tie-in to Civil War II. We just finished talking about how there were too many tie-ins, but this series is one that I've been reading and I felt was really awesome, and I feel like it's okay to tie this one in, even though that whole freaking major event is getting on my nerves. Spider-Man number 10, the Civil War II tie-in. This is my favorite book this week. This is my favorite character coming out of the Ultimate Universe. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man. This is the kid. This is the Hispanic and black, the kid who's just struggling to be Spider-Man. He has not had a good run of it for 9 issues. Number 10 ain't making it any better for him. Miles has been beaten up. His grades are failing. His family's hiring people to follow him around. He just doesn't know what's going on. Now, with the Civil War issue, it was pretty much profiled that he was going to do something very horrible. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't read it. He was going to do something, and he refused to believe that it was going to happen. So he decided to confront his future, confront that whole past. Captain Marvel was being pushy. And no, I'll get into that in another podcast. I'll have with my issues with Captain Marvel, even though she's one of my favorite characters. This one's really good because this one touches on Miles, his personal life, who he is, his mentality, and how hard it is for him right now to be a hero. Because he feels like with everything that's going on, he doesn't have much of a voice. Nobody's asking him what's going to happen, how he feels, and what he really want to do. Everyone's like, hey, taking Ulysses' word as law, that all of his visions are right, and every time he says something, lock that person up. And he doesn't like that. It's basically he's getting yanked around. So definitely Spider-Man 10, if you want to talk more about Miles Morales, one of the best written characters in the Marvel Universe right now, just for the simple fact that he's getting the most humanized writing because he has a lot of stuff going on that you can relate to. Failing school, personal life, relationship struggles, and now in this last issue, issues with his family where he doesn't feel like or I guess where he feels like he's going to become something horrible because of them. And who knows? And as a child, you can kind of relate to that. So definitely worth picking that one up. So those are my pulls. Those were it. That's definitely Miles. That's my biggest suggestion for this week. If you don't take any of those other 3, pick up Spider-Man number 10. Get it. Trust me. So with that, video ran longer than I wanted to, but it's good to be back and talking to you getting it out there. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is doing awesomely. Go forth, be merry. It's Christmas week. Hope everybody is strong and, spending time with your family. I have another video for you next weekend. I promise it'll be on time. Go have a good holidays. If I don't see you again, if I don't speak to you, put another video again. I love you guys, but I'm going to put another video, so it's whatever. I'm rambling. Love you. Be out, be safe. Oh, like this video, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. See ya.